Today, everyone is talking about their rights. Most of the people are now conscious about it. Thanks to different mass media that it spread out this much. Now you may know what today's topic is. It's about physical abuse. In this world full of laws and regulations, there are still some people who are being deprived of many things. They can't enjoy even their basic rights. In a small and developing country like Bangladesh, there are many people who are physically abused. The main reason is still now 26% of population is not educated. But that's not the only reason. There are also many people who are afraid of the outcomes that what will happen if they share about it. After giving one step forward, they again return just because they think it will ruin their family reputation. They think they will be blamed for everything and no one may be supporting them. Again, many of them even don't know how to get help. These are not the only reasons, there are many more, but in most cases, they can't seek help for the previously mentioned reasons. We can see that mostly the victim of the physical abuses are women. They face it in society, workplaces, and even in their own house. The reason can be explained in this way. Let me share something so that you can understand. Someone came to me and she told me she was depressed and don't want to live like this. So I asked, what's the matter? She said, since 5 years old, her mother is being abused. Her dad tortured her and her mom for their property and eventually they separated. But it's not the end. After that, her elder brother took over her father's behavior by doing the same thing. That girl and her mother were being tortured like this. For the motherly love, her mother couldn't take any steps against her own son. But because of that, her son became more violent, thinking that they would not do anything to him. After getting abused for so many times, she came and expressed. Do you know why she didn't express it earlier? Because of her fear of what will happen after that. She is just a schoolgirl and obviously she can share only with her friends. But there was a fear that if they knew that her family is like this, will they ever talk to her? It was her insecurity. If she shared this earlier, maybe the problem was already taken care of. I think now you know why we are facing such problems. Nothing can express more than a situation that already occurred. Maybe there are many other like her. If there is, and you are watching this, please seek advice and help. If you don't want to share with anyone you know, then come to us. We will support you. Now let's come to sexual abuse. It's a very sensitive topic. Women from all over the world are facing it. They don't feel safe about going anywhere because of this. We're ashamed to say that many young girls and women are facing this in our society, and we still can't do anything to reduce this. Sometimes these inhuman activities are done by the close ones. You may not know, but 38% of such violences is committed by their own intimate partners. In the present world, even a newborn baby can't hide from facing such a vulnerable act. We should respect everyone, not only women but men too, because they also have a family just like us. The way we will feel if any of our family members face such vicious things, the same thing is also for them. I know it's a common thing that everyone says, but many people don't take that sentence seriously. That's why they commit such shameful things again and again. Okay, now let's talk on sexual abuse. Almost every woman is well known with this very word. A sexually abused girl faces some physical damage irrespective of the situation, but the mental torture they have to tolerate is beyond description. Eventually, long-term sexual abuses takes their mental tolerance to a very low level. Many of them hate themselves. Not being able to get justice or the ignorance of a closed one related to this matter breaks them to a complete different level. Most of the times, even underage girls also fall victim to this abuse. As they grow up, the abusement also steps up, till the time they know about this matter and complain to their dear ones. But often, they also don't help, because if this matter opens up, then it will only defame her reputation. Some girls even stay quiet as there lies some sort of hesitation between the parents and the child, which is drawn the society. On average, almost 75% of girls are abused sexually by their close relatives such as cousin brothers, father's friend, uncles, friend of brother, etc. In such cases, they feel very devastated as they can't share with anyone in family because the offender is very trusted by the family, which leaves a chance of not believing her. Not only that, improper talks, gestures indicated to someone is also known as sexual abuse. Many of us are still unaware of such facts. If we now note the reactions or support the victim regarding this abusement, we will notice that almost in 95% cases they are asked to keep quiet for the sake of the reputation of the family, and also sometimes they are blamed for the abuse. Even if some of them are controlled but no action is taken against the offender, which throws a great wound in the mind of the victim. At last, it happens so either they lock themselves up in their own created world, get introverted nature, behavioral changes are noticed, and a severely staged victim goes down upon taking his own life. Let me share an experience of my own for a clear conception. When I was 9, one of my cousins, who was almost an adult, approached to me while I was playing with other kids. He came and said he wants me to play with him. I went with him. He gave his phone. I was playing with his phone, but suddenly I felt that a hand was going down through my pants. I was shocked and by jumping moved aside. Though I was young, I had a little unclear concept which I literally got from the movies that goes like that. When someone loves you truly, they adore you. And the way of adore is a bit different. You can open up yourself with the person, but that touch made me feel like a different type of feeling about which I was unaware. As soon as I jumped off, he came and whispered in my ears, "Don't go away, you will enjoy, trust me." A 9-year-old who had a lot of curiosity, as like others, about the forbidden and hidden things, didn't realize what would be the impact of it. As I was not aware about the whole thing and didn't have a clear conception, I asked him what I had to do. He said, "Nothing, just don't let anyone know about it. That's it." After that, a million times he got close to me, touched my body parts. A hand always used to roam around my waist, shoulder, and many more. With days, this made me feel sick, made an introvert. I used to run and hide from him often, but I couldn't do anything, nor could I share with anyone. Whenever I used to say no, he blackmailed of telling my mom everything. It went for 2 more years. One day, in front of my eyes, a sister was being forced for a kiss that awakened my mind. Instantly, I held the collar of that guy and slapped him hard. Later on, she thanked me and told that that was his brother's friend. And then we talked for more than 3 hours and shared everything. She made me understand the whole thing. Knowing everything, I couldn't meet eyes with my own self. It made me feel disgusted of my own self. Though I had distanced him from myself, but he used to come every now and then. I was feeling like a leftover and was totally broken. Everything seemed blurry. On one fine day, he again came to me and said, "Seem like you have forgotten me." I suddenly spoke out of my mind and replied, "Never can I forget you. A demon like you is likely to be remembered by everyone. If you come to me once again, I will let everyone know about your works, and I will surely file a case for sexual harassment." After that, he didn't dare to look up in my eyes, let alone touching. That stand I took for myself was my best step ever. The reason of sharing it with you is that you should stand and fight back. Tolerating the crime is also a crime itself. Also, I want you guys to let the little one knows about good and bad touches. If from childhood they are given sex education, which are literally prohibited in our society, that they might be able to save themselves. Also, a conversation will minimize the hesitation that lies between parents about the topic. And for the victims, I would say, don't stay quiet. Fight back. Ask for help. If you have no one who is trustworthy, or you want to talk with someone who doesn't know you, please contact with us. We will be there for you always. Well, I have said a lot about abuses, but there is something missing. That's also a common thing that we see in our own houses. It's about physical abuse to the domestic helpers. Most of us have at least one helper. It's very common. It's tough for some people to complete all their official and familiar works by them. I'm not telling them they can't do their own work. It's just many people who needs them help Just take a doctor as an example. But even among those highly respected people, some violate the right of a domestic helper. They force them to work nearly 15 to 18 hours continuously, and if they don't like the work, they even beat them. I saw such a thing with my own eyes. A domestic helper used to work in both our house and the person next to mine. One day, she wasn't feeling well and came to our house to leave. An aged man from the next house came to beat her up. Do you think it's fair for her? Just because she has to work for money, that doesn't mean we will make her do anything or abuse him like this. I think you know about the women from Bangladesh who are going to Saudi Arabia for a job and being abused. They are forced their work. They can't understand what this says as they don't know Arabic, so they can't even complete the work properly and get tortured for that. We know that we pay them to work, but we should think of her as a human. Even little boys and girls have to work for supporting their family. We should not make them hurt for them and be reasonable. Nothing is one-sided. If we do good, eventually it will come back to us. We should respect everyone. It doesn't cost any money, you will know. It's not that only girls faces physical abuse in our society. Boys also face them, but the rate is very less. We should start taking steps against this physical abuse starting from now. At first, let us start from our own surrounding. Whenever or wherever you can see violence, please stop if you can. But if you see it's something you can't handle, then please call 10921. It's active in all parts of Bangladesh. If you are from another country, just collect the helpline numbers. I repeat, please call 10921. And for violation against women, the help number is 109 in Bangladesh. This will be given in the description too. Just spread awareness and don't keep quiet whenever you face yourself or see anyone else is going through it. Thank you for watching this. Hope that it was helpful.